red moon rising on the Cuyahoga River, rolling into Cleveland to the lake.
We're good, but I'm not good.
You're not good? Why not?
I'm not good. I'm not good. I just want to get it off off the rip, man. Just to get it off my chest, man. Yeah, I was holding on to this for a little bit, and during the game, it was just pissing me off. And a lot of you guys might know what I'm referring to. You see the 49er jerseys, my Jerry Rice. By the way, I've had this since, and you guys might be like, how does it fucking fit you? I've had this since I was like 10 years old. Nah, we'll say about 12, 13, 14 years old. And you might say, what? Are you fucking even the same size? Grown. They never had a lot of sizes. Here, let me put my mic a little bit closer. They never had a lot of sizes when I was a kid. And remember, I mean, back then there wasn't online and stuff. I mean, you're either getting on HSN, QVC, or you're going to the fucking Champs Mall in your small mall, right, over here in our town. So they only had certain sizes. So anyways, this is my Jerry Rice jersey that have stuck with me for quite some time. I love it. It fits me better now.
Yeah, at least you got that. I have a good friend that got me a Walter Payton jersey, and it's a dress on me.
Oh, yeah. You got to get them fitted right, man.
Yeah, so.
People know, you got to get that jersey that's fitted. And even if it's not fitted, I think like the shortcut, like to make it look cool, is get the hoodie underneath it. Do you like the hoodie? Like you're wearing a hoodie now, but if I had a black hoodie underneath this, long sleeve, it looks sick. It looks cool. Or, even like the pullovers.
The elastic on the...
Yeah, do you see what I did? These are kind of like it, yeah.
So you're making it that way.
Yeah, I made it that way. Yeah.
I like it like that, so.
Not that I'm all jacked and stuff. Anyways.
Let's get to it. So you said you got to get some shit off your chest.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, but everyone keeps I'm being biased. I know I'm a Niner fan, but why the fuck are you guys dogging out Brock Purdy, man? Like, what the fuck, dude? The guy is just turned 24 years old, like a couple weeks ago. He's a fucking kid still. It's his second year in the league. And anything you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Anything he fucking does, well, it's the scheme. It's Shanahan. But if he does something bad, you suck. He sucks. I told you. If he does something good, it's the scheme. It's a scheme. He's a game manager. He's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. And I'm just like, damn, are you guys like really like bothered by him? Like why are we dogging this dude out so much? And I know they can compare him against anybody they want to. You can even take the Jordan Loves and the CJ Strouds or some newer quarterbacks, right? And you can compare it to him, which no one's even trying to do. And I'm not saying that like I would just look at it this way. We still don't know about any of these because just because you have a Carson Wentz moment where, damn, this bitch is pretty good, right? We
thought he was going to be in the league for a while.
Baker Mayfield was starting off, you got the Deshaun Watson. Dude, you don't know what can happen to a quarterback, and you don't really know until time goes on. There's a lot of factors, and you can analyze them all you want. So I want to just point out some stuff. There was people talking shit, and I know who they are. One of them is James Jones. Remember him from fucking Green Bay?
Absolutely. I'm a Bears fan, so I know.
Oh, he's fucking guy. He's one of them, and he's just like, I don't want to be a hater. It's like, no. It's not that you don't want to be a hater. You don't want people to know that you are a hater towards them. So you don't want to talk about it. It's not, you don't want to, I don't want to hate on him. No, you do hate on him. You just don't want to share it. That's all it is. That's why you didn't want to share it. Richard Sherman, obviously a Niner and stuff. He was sticking up for him and arguing with everybody. Shady McCoy. You know what? Sometimes these analysts, I don't know how you guys feel about this. It's like we get, as like the average person in America, you got these networks and stuff that kind of control content and who's saying stuff. I think some people sell their souls to the devil, to me, the Illuminati and stuff, and will do whatever they want them to do. And they put them in front of our face, and we look at them like they know something, maybe because they're a celebrity or something. I'm being serious.
Oh, like absolutely. I know that part.
And the average person doesn't. They're like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah said that. I'm like, why do we care about what James Jones says? Like, well, he used to be on the Packers. Okay, he was wide receiver 3, and he has a ring. But remember, Jordy Nelson was number 1 there, and then Greg Jennings was number 2 there. I'm just calling it like it is. Like, why is this guy now an amazing analyst? I mean, he played football, but now he's an analyst, and we're supposed to listen to... No, he's just sharing his emotions. Like, so these analysts today, I don't even think are analysts. They're not really analyzing. They're just talking about how they feel, their name, and they just kind of show up. Maybe they did a deal. And that's what we're going off of some of these people. James Jones didn't really care for him. Obviously, dogging him out. Sean McCoy, Shady McCoy, Stephen A. Smith, Keyshawn Johnson, too. That guy.
Hey, Smith should stick to basketball. I don't know why he talks about football. I feel he doesn't watch football and he tries to comment on it, and that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
So
it is. You got Skip Bayless over there too. Ryan Clark as well. I mean, I'm just going off of, there's more and more and more and more, but Brandon Ayuk stepped up, like, yo, you guys need to watch film, like backing up, and he's done it a couple times, backing up his QB Brock, and then also Debo backing him up as well. Shannon Sharp was being fair to him. I was like, oh, that's cool. Emmanuel Acho.
yes,
Acho, he was sticking out for him, and he was giving some really strong points, really good points, and then obviously I said Richard Sherman. So I wanted to look at and give my opinion and point out some things that I don't think that the analysts that we're listening to, that many of them aren't even really, I mean, they're not analysts to me. They're just ex-football players, and now they're supposedly have a great mind too. It's like, dude, you're good at football, right? I'm not that good at football. I would play, but I was probably average. But maybe I'm better at analytics, so maybe I should be the one speaking about things and sharing my opinion, right? Oh, well, Chris, you're just an average person and no one cares about you. Right, you're right. It's because that's what the way the world works is. What I just kind of said is you judge somebody from the outside and you don't know what's going on the inside, which is what I look at when I look at Brock Purdy. You seen White Man Can't Jump, right? You know Billy Hoyle? Yeah, he's a slow, white Billy Ho. Billy Ho. Dude, what do you look at him? You look at him, this guy can't, what do they say in the movie? He's a fucking geek. He's like, you're a fucking geek. Yeah, this hard damn work, making something that's pretty, full like a chump or a geek, whatever the line was, right? He was a good basketball player, good shooter, and he could school people, right? So but he doesn't look it. So I think today, and this is just my vent, and I'll get this off, and then you can obviously have a lot of this mic, more than what I'm about to take over.
No, I like it.
Is that they're not looking at, and they're terrible at drafting QBs in the NFL. These people that are just in charge of like making decisions and stuff like that. How many times we're like, oh, well, this guy's going number 1 and this guy's going number 2, number 3, and how many times that those people do not pan out? So what I've learned from being a fan and watching this is that a lot of you guys are terrible at analyzing players, and you don't know really what they're going to do, and you have all these hopes and dreams and stuff that a lot of times, more than not, more likely they don't work out. They don't work out. Poor Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell. You can even look at David Carr. There's a ton of them. There really is a lot. And then you look at a picture of Tom Brady during like his combine, and you see it. I mean, for real. Do you see the dog in him? No. Do you see anything great about him? No. He just looks like his goofy, needs to work out, like slow white boy, right? He just look like this guy can't do anything. He's not a baller, right? That's why I use the Billy Hoyle thing as an example. It's I think that Brock Purdy's looked at that way. He's like, who's this guy? He's not real tall.
Yeah, was he 6'1"?
He's like 6'1", and a lot of times in the NFL everyone pushes it, so it's probably 6 foot. Right. And it's like, is he really fast? No. Does he have like the most amazing strong arm? No. So it's like, okay, well, we don't like him, and he's terrible. That's why he's Mr. Irrelevant. That's why no one wanted to pick him. And I'm like, well, there's more to analyzing people, which I don't think everyone's doing properly anymore. You want to see, I want Josh Allen. Why? Oh, because he's got a strong arm, he's tall, and he's fast, and that's our guy. That's a QB.
He got a QB body, right?
For real, they're judging from the exterior, and they don't know what else is needed. I don't think humans don't understand it. It's almost like there's IQ and there's like EQ, that emotional intelligence, that next level, that extra sense to say, no, there's something different about this guy. Drew Brees, a perfect example. Not very tall. Arm, okay. I mean, really, what do you think of Drew Brees? If you saw him, would you think that he was going to do what he was going to do?
No. I mean, no, not in the NFL. I mean, he was a gunslinger in college too, though. So he was badass in college. But I didn't know he was going to put up, the numbers that he did in the NFL.
Do you know what kind of numbers he put up off of memory?
I know.
Do you know how good he really was as a passer, not championship, Super Bowl, judging him that way?
At one point, didn't he lead like the NFL all time until Brady kept going? But
completely, you're hitting the nail on the head. So what it is with Drew Brees, and once again, if you look at him, you wouldn't think, but there's a strong argument that I could have against every single QB that played the game. We can include Brady because, once again, analyzing people the wrong way, you would say, well, Brady's the GOAT, Brady's the greatest. Why? Well, he has the rings. Okay, well, can we go QB passing? Did he pass? Was he a better passer than Drew Brees? Did he do better passing? I understand he got rings. There's two sides to all this. There's obviously a defense, offense. There's a lot of factors that come into play, without talking about rigs and stuff. But do you know what Drew Brees was accomplished? How many 5,000 yard? How many times he was first passing yards out of everyone in the league. I have right here. And from 2006 to 2017, if I tell you his rankings, you'll be like, damn, really? Yes, he was number one majority of the time. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times he was first passing. He doesn't have the rings. But damn, when you look at a passer, so what I'm getting at is, and some people make, Brock is kind of like a Drew Brees. Why? Well, he's not that tall and stuff. And I would be, thank you. It's a huge compliment if you say that. And I think Brock said, he was like, wow, that's really like crazy. But yeah, you can look at Drew. Drew had dominated.
They're comparing him to Drew Brees.
Some things. I mean, they're not comparing him to fucking Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. And,
I guess so. Size wise, they're comparing him.
Right.
Not.
I would think so. The way he's passing, remember, he's only 2 years in. We can't say, if you take Drew Brees back when he was on San Diego before he got hurt, you know what I mean? It's too early is what I'm trying to say for even anybody to even hating on this guy.
Right, they want to dismiss him right out the gate.
Right out the gate, and it's almost telling me that people are bothered by him. They're bothered by him. They're bothered by, why is this guy that is like last pick, that's not very tall, that's not very fast, that is just this young kid and doesn't have the strongest arm? Why is he doing good? He has to suck. It's got to be the Shanahan scheme. So my question to you is, well, why wasn't Lance, who obviously practiced, why didn't Trey Lance, act this way? Why didn't Jimmy Garoppolo I think Brock is doing better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Can you agree to that?
Oh,
less mistakes?
I wouldn't say about less mistakes, but I want to say they're on the same level. Garoppolo did great.
I think a lot of people hate him. Okay. We got a 2-year guy in.
Right.
Just turned 24, second year in. And you're telling me he's already at like a kind of a veteran play for this?
Right, yes. He's making veteran throws and stuff like that. Yeah, he has bad games, but every vet has a bad game.
Nick Mullins was on our team as well, and he had a whole year, or at least a lot of games. Remember when he was in? I was rooting for him under Shanahan. Why didn't he turn into Brock? Why didn't C.J. Beathard turn into Brock? These are my points that you're blaming. You're saying that, it's Shanahan's scheme and stuff, and you're taking away credit from the kid. But I'm like, what about the other QBs that were also on Shanahan's thing? And why didn't they turn out good? Why aren't they slinging for 4,200 yards? By the way, pulling up his stats here, I don't think people realize. I mean, he had that best QB rating this year. So, where's my cursor here? So best QB rating Brock had. He was at 113. I believe it was, going right here. So pulling down right here. Yeah, 113 right here. He's ranked number 5, 4280 in the air, averaging more than everybody else, 9.6. The reason why is if you look at the attempts, 444 attempts, that's 50 to 100 attempts less than everybody on this list. C.J. Stroud did very well. He was the probably next closest one as C.J. Stroud, as you can see right here, 499. Dude, he didn't even have to pass as much. So, but then you're going to be like, oh, well, it's only because of George Kittle running after the catch or you're, like what you keep reaching and taking away from him so much. And I'm almost like, why are you dogging him so much that he just got here and you're like, you want to write him off? Why don't you just say, I don't know what this guy can do. He's doing some stuff, and you can pick him apart all you want against this Green Bay game, which we're about to jump into, and you can compare him to Jordan Love. And what I'm getting at is I don't think people realize that when you judge a quarterback or judge a person in general, that there's something inside that you can't see, and you can't see the brain. And what it is sometimes people process things like a computer. How fast can it process things?
Right.
How well can it read things, right? Scan things. Like how well can it handle like perseverance, determination, when there's resilience? What can it do? Can it tap in? Can that person tap into perseverance, determination? Do they have that poise? Do they have, do they have resilience? Like, can they handle tough times when it's your last drive, which we're going to see here in a second, and there's 5 minutes to go, and you've been not really playing really well, and it's been raining, and he obviously doesn't have the biggest hands, but he has the same hands as Mahomes, so let's not pick at him too much, which is what people have been doing. Sorry the guy doesn't have a fucking mitt for a hand. He's not the biggest dude, but I'm saying he has things inside that other people don't have, which is why you're like, well, this guy has better physical features, and God, he's just amazing. But he just doesn't win Super Bowls. He's not really clutch and stuff like that. But then you're like, but this guy is. Yeah, I know, but he's not tall. He doesn't. Do you see my argument? I mean, tell me if you think I'm wrong for analyzing him to say, I think he has things inside that are very, very valuable that other QBs don't have, that do things and make up for maybe his lack of, I think he reading the game, reading defenses and decision-making fast, processing stuff, and and seeing throws that, as you see with this one, we'll show it, Jennings. We'll start off with that Jennings throw. I mean, I got to give him credit for this. I have to give this young man credit at 24 years old, second year in the league, and you're processing pretty good compared to some of the other people that have been on Shanahan's scheme. That's where I end it. That's my thoughts. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, what do you think the reason why everyone is hating? Do you have a thought on that?
I just think the way that they see it's the way the world works with humans. They're very 3D minded, not 5D minded, which would be somebody that sees the world based off of exterior, very superficial, very judging off of height, looking at someone, judging them wrong, and thinking, oh, that Mike Tyson guy, he's small, he's nothing. Next you know, he is like, yo, that dude, don't fuck with that dude. I don't care how big you are, he will crack you. That's what they don't understand that sometimes there's that dog inside people. There's that determination, that fight, that will to win. And just the brain, they can't see how well he processes things and just how he can read things, analyze things fast and make decisions and senses is another thing. He can sense things. And I'm like Spidey senses in a way. I'm not saying he's got the best, but we'll watch some stuff and we'll make some, we'll read them.
I have a little bit of a theory. I think a lot of them that are hating on him compare them to him. They're like, no, he looks like me. So
right.
How is he so good? And he sucks. No, he can't be, because they feel like
you would be Brock Purdy.
Right. If he can do it, then I can do it. That's how they think, and I think that's why majority are hating on him, is because they compare themselves to him. They're like, he's a baby face. He looks 16.
Right.
And
I got a roommate, man, driving like a Sequoia, like sharing a fridge with his roommate and stuff. Like,
yeah. So I don't know. That's what I think. I think they look at him and be like, no, there's just no way this guy's going to be. Look at him. He looks like me, the average guy. There's no way he can be good. And and for some reason they just want him to fail, and that's and that's why it's because he looks so average. They're like, no, I don't want someone average doing good, so they want him to fail or something. That's how I take it. I don't know why the hate, but I get your
dude. I just think he has determination. I think he has perseverance. I think he has resilience. I think he has poise. I think he just has that will, that fight, the courage, the brave. I think he has a lot of stuff inside. I'm sure he's hard on himself. I'm sure he's analytical.
They all listen to the comments.
Yeah,
they do. As much as they try to, block that out, they listen. So it gets in their head.
It gets in your head. But I think he's just smarter. I think he can see things before they develop. And it's what would be? He's very proactive in seeing things before that they develop. His brain, I think, picks up on it. So I guess what I'm tipping my hat to is this guy. He could lose, and knock on wood, he doesn't lose in the championship or even the Super Bowl, and the Niners win. But he could still do that, and I know that they'll want to roast him and stuff. But I've already seen a good I could tell you there's a lot of QBs on this list right here in front of us that I could be like, I mean, I'm taking them over a lot of them. But you know what? It's only because of the way I view and analyze. He might not be a Trevor Lawrence, but then again, it's like, give Trevor Lawrence maybe, let's say Brock does read things very well. His brain processes well. But remember, you got to have that where you don't get rattled. Like when the pressure is tough, do you stay calm under pressure? That could be a trait that he has that you don't know that he's staying calm. He's throwing he's getting hit.
And that fourth quarter shows you that with pressure, he could definitely handle it, and he did it well. I mean, in the start in the fourth quarter, he had the most amazing, you're like, wow, that Jennings throw and catch was.
Let's throw that up since you mentioned that. I'll throw that right here. It's a slow motion view of it. There's no audio. This is a big boy throw that you have. He's placing this. This guy's about that wants to pick him. They all want. They're like, let's get this.
When I very first.
What the fuck? Go ahead.
Started watching that, I thought he was going to Ayuk.
Right, the way that looks. I'm like, oh, he's going for Ayuk.
Because he's throwing that, he's in the middle of throwing, and all you see at the moment is Ayuk.
Yeah.
So.
This is a crazy, just seeing, okay, so Ray McLeod comes up and was like, yo, bro, to Jennings, and now watch George Kittle in the background there. He's just like, damn, and he points. He's like, that dude right there, bro. And then it's just.
Pointing at Jennings, by the way.
Yeah, Jennings right there. pointing at Jennings, and he's just like, because he even said, well, the reason why I know, he said it in the post interview.
Oh,
He made a comment about it. He was like, I cannot believe he dropped that in there to Jennings. He looked at that, he called it like a teardrop or whatever. But yeah, I mean, looking at this throw again, we'll run it one more time. It's you can just see. Let me see here. Sorry, I might have paused it.
I mean, just look. He's releasing now.
He's getting hit right now.
There comes
That's
Jennings.
slow motion, by the way. Brock Purdy's on his ass right now, back there. That's a big throw, man.
That's a big boy throw.
It's not going to do them all the time, though. But it's still a tough throw.
And the elites can't always throw them. Brady ain't always throwing them. Mahomes ain't always throwing them.
Right. I mean, we can go right to this drive here. This is that final drive. We're going to go back audio on this thing here.
On second down, Purdy slings it. Kittle dropped it. He would have had a first down.
Oh.
I mean,
A rare one from George.
watching
How
this.
deflating is that, right? You have the first down, you throw it.
Sorry, you got to do it again.
Yeah, you got to figure a way around it. So
Let's kind of skip through some of this. Let's see here.
this to me,
3rd and 5. It's a big boy throw.
this is
Don't fuck it up or you're going to.
that.
He did catch it. It's a catch. And a first down for
It's
San
arguably
Francisco.
better than the Jennings throw. I mean, look at that. Where he fit that in. He threw it when he was already draped on him, too, by the way. Look at him.
Crazy. See what else goes here. This is the whole drive. Nice. This is a nice, easier throw right there,
I mean,
which
it's
is
an
common.
easier throw, but that's still.
You have to make it. You have to read it. It's a timing route.
He had to know that the guy underneath wasn't going to affect it. Look, 34 was right there. If he turned around, tried to, he got it up over him.
Chris Conley had 3 catches all
By the
year.
way, like this is the best drive he had. I mean, let's not say that he didn't go down there and throw a touchdown to Kittle. He did.
What was one of the things people would say? Well, he can't play from behind. I'm looking at 21-17. That's behind, right?
You know what? It's funny. James Jones was saying, come on, man, that's not behind. It's got to be like double digits. They keep moving the goalposts. Every time they say you have to do something.
To fit their narrative.
To fit their narrative. He keeps moving. That's what I'm saying. These guys they're just hating because I don't know why they don't really like him. I mean, I try to like anybody that I think is good, that's doing well, or I'll give him credit. I gave C.J. Stroud a lot of credit. I didn't know he was going to do that. I was giving Jordan Love credit. And then, they were comparing, Jordan Love. Let me see if there's anything else on this thing. I think it just goes into – yeah, I mean, I can stop this for a second here. I mean, you got this – if you don't go down there and score, game's likely over. I mean, you got – Green Bay's got 3, Niners got 3 still, but still, you need to score, man. 3 ain't gonna do it. You need a touchdown. So I'm gonna mute this and we can. I don't know if you have anything else you want to share. I'm just gonna mute this and we'll just keep playing this a little bit here.
No, I mean, this is a big boy drive, and he did it. The thing everyone was saying he couldn't do.
Yeah,
he's doing it. I don't care if it's 4 points, 2 points, 1 point.
You have to do it, or you won't win the game.
Right. He still had to lead a drive.
They want him to do it twice, maybe. That's why. Oh, we need double digits. Oh, okay. So you want him to do it twice. Okay. So then we'll have to wait till there's a scenario where he has to do it twice. But then I'm like, I don't want you having to do it twice. That means you're probably not doing well.
Right. If you're down
The team
that
is not
much,
doing
that
well.
means you're not keeping your team in the game. Well,
At all.
He was keeping his team in the game.
Dude, if this is a shit game and you want to give them like this, like these analysts and stuff, so-called analysts, I'm going to call them, were saying comments and stuff like, oh, he played bad for 3.5 quarters and stuff. And then I forget, somebody made a comment and says in like Twitter that said, that's funny, he played bad for 3.5 quarters. And James Jones, obviously, liking Jordan Love and stuff, he's like, but that last half of a quarter, or whatever you want to call it, the fourth quarter, that last half was enough to be better than somebody's 3.5, or that, see what I'm saying? Like that little bit of game, which is what counted at the moment. So, I mean, he threw for 252 yards. So I understand that
It was more than Love.
Yeah, it's more than a lot of people. I mean, but his percentage completion was it was like 58, 59. Sorry, he's not above 60, which is where he usually is.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like 58 or something like that.
21 of 39 or whatever. I don't know what
It was like 58. I have here.
I think you got the stats up. If you pull it, you have.
Yeah, you can pull it up right here.
You had the game stats. So, but I thought his percentages was great, but I might have been wrong.
23 for 39. So what is that
Okay.
mathematically? I think it's going to be here. I'll just do it real quick right here. 23 divided by 39.
Yeah.
So that's going to put him at, I think 58.9, 59%. But dude, I mean, I can go and pull
It
up.
was raining. I mean, there's a lot of factors that came into it. I mean,
and you haven't even heard me mention that. You're not seeing me give an excuse for rain, but I know that the rain is a problem for him.
huge
He
problem
even tells
for all
you.
players.
For all players. So, like, there goes his stats right there, 252. He's had a terrible game, by the way. They're like, oh, well, he should have thrown an interception to Savage. Well, let's be fair here. Jordan Love had a pick to Lenore went right through him. They didn't want to obsess about it because it wasn't as obvious in the game. But Lenore should have had that pick. Jordan Love did throw 2 picks in the game, so you can look at his stats. And I'm not trying to dog out Jordan Love. I like Jordan Love. It's just I have to defend Brock, and it's against Jordan. And I got people like James Jones, who was probably the one who triggered me the most, that is, dogging out Brock and, all in love with Jordan.
Right.
Love.
And they can't say, well, Christian McCaffrey. Well, let's look at Aaron Jones had a great game too.
108 there on the ground, 98 on the ground. We got 252 passing here. We got 194 passing. You got the 2 picks. We're talking about, that's why Sherman was like, look, I'm talking about facts. You're talking about these like what ifs and all these should have, could have, but didn't happen. Well, we can analyze the whole game, and they're like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Missed that field goal. This is James. I'm like, James Jones, but we missed a field goal too. Like, you're not taking both sides when you're arguing. Your debates are terrible. Get these guys off the television, man.
He just says anything that'll fit his narrative.
They do,
and
man.
Really...
They put whoever they want us to listen to, man. And I'm being, and people can be like, oh, this guy's a dick. I'm being real and fair to, I think, the audience, the public, the Americans, everybody that lives in America that watches this, or even in the world. Like, dude, we listen to people and they push people down our throats and stuff to say these guys are the ones that know what they're talking about. And the truth is, they really don't.
No,
they're no different than you watching this.
They got to play in it. Doesn't make them better at analyzing.
Yeah. No, you know how to catch a football, and you guys were born with probably some great athleticism and stuff. Let's be real. That's, God-given gift. You're fast. You're strong. You're tall. You're big. I didn't get that. But maybe I got the analytics. Maybe I'm good at analyzing stuff. Maybe I'll tip my hat to myself and give myself some self-love, on that. But that obviously you guys see me triggered. I'm a huge Niner fan, and I'm very biased, obviously, because of this. But I am trying to be fair, and I do look at numbers. I do analyze games. I do review things. I have no problem looking at all these and analyzing this. Not that the stats tell the tale, and they can say that. Okay, well, let's not use stats. I just showed you. We can go look at this Brock Purdy drive that we just had to watch him go and do. If not, he wouldn't have won. We wouldn't have won if he didn't do it. And then obviously we can go to Jordan Love. Once again, I'm only defending Brock here, so I'm going to use Jordan Love. So here goes Jordan Love's drive right here. Let me see if I got the audio muted good. So you got Jordan Love. He has an opportunity right now to win.
To win, tie it up, get him in field goal range, yeah.
And everyone's, Jordan Love, I like it. He's better than Brock. He's better than Brock. Like, why are we even comparing these two right now? Jordan Love's been in the NFL for 4 years. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers. What a gift. And then he's had 3 years. I mean, he's been able to be around the team. He's been able to learn. Brock's 2 years in. This is his second year. So he's got pretty much twice. I'll give him a little bit more experience since he didn't play his first year, but he's practicing, he's throwing the ball, he's learning. Brock is still pretty much 2 years behind the way I look at it. So good throw by there from Jordan. Here, I'll let you commentate because I'm fired. I need to calm down.
I like you fired up. I think it shows the passion or whatever. Well, he starts off the drive really good with Love or whatever, and it's just he almost had a good throw right there.
He had to get it over Dre, which is tough.
Yeah, but I mean, that's why
that's a part of it.
He sailed it enough to get over the defender.
I think he did a good job with that.
Yeah, that was like I was saying. He had actually a really good throw right there, and this is where I think Love and Purdy, in a sense, are set apart because
it goes back to the interior traits I'm talking about.
Right? Because Love is good, and like right here, they get the first down. But I think Love was going for a home run, and I don't know why.
He gets it here. He gets the first down here.
Yeah,
so
he gets the first down. Now, it's 1st and 10.
Timeouts. 3
timeouts.
51 seconds on the clock.
Plenty of time.
What do you need to do? Just kick a field goal.
That's it.
That's worst case.
That's
It's an
all
insurance policy.
That's all I put in my head. Get to like the 30. That's all I need to do is get to the 30. That's not bad.
I'm trying to win, but I know the insurance policy is
10.
field goal.
So this is where the thinking comes in, and I don't understand. He has the arm talent. He got it. I don't know why.
Bad read, man. Why?
First
You
and
said
10.
it. Why?
1st and 10.
I agree with you. Why? 1st and 10, 3 timeouts. Well, it says they got 2 now, so they must have used one.
Yeah.
Dre Greenlaw went down. That was funny. But there you go. Not saying that he's not going to be bounced back. He has to learn from that.
What did James Jones say about that? Who did he blame it
Oh,
on?
he's avoiding this stuff.
Oh, that's
Yeah. I don't even think it came up where it's just, but was it Acho? Acho was the one, Emmanuel Acho was the one firing off. It wasn't Richard Sherman. That was with Skip Bayless. Acho was the one firing off, making good points and to him. I mean, Richard did too, but it was different shows. But Acho he came in already prepared, and James is like,
I think
wow, you came in prepared for that.
Right,
one.
and he played football, and I think he also realizes this, to look into it instead of just, okay, that's it. That's all I have to see, and I'm good.
Yeah.
He actually did research, like you said. He came with it, and I don't think James Jones does that.
No one was impressed in that. James Jones and even Shady is like, yeah, I wasn't impressed by him. That's fine. I'm not saying Brock did anything crazy, but the drive, that had to be impressive for a young man to handle that in the rain and say, look, you haven't really done much all game. We're still there. You've done enough to keep us in for your part. Yeah, you've had some bad throws. It's raining. I get it. And you almost threw a pick once. Okay, well, same with Jordan Love. Well, yours was worse than, you know what I mean? They're like, well, yours looks a little bit more obvious. Okay, he didn't read Savage coming over the top. All right, he knows that. Fuck, I fucked up. All right, get back out there. It comes down to the end here where we're looking at these drives and stuff, and that's just my take on it. I mean,
you said it well. I mean,
CMC did good. I mean, he didn't run for a crazy amount of yards, but you see right here,
98 yards and 2 touchdowns.
It seems like that might not
carries,
be enough for them nowadays. But you know what, man? The game's over. It's over. We're moving on. No one's gonna remember it as much as time goes on.
He didn't have a crazy game. I think they'll look at it going, this is why Brock won. It's because he had the 2 touchdowns or whatever. And you can't win when they're already trying to find a way to dispute it.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey got 2 touchdowns and then 98 yards on the ground. Kittle got that 1 touchdown. That was a good pass. I'm not even talking about that, but that was a good pass that Brock made. So I could spend hours on this just because I think I got just more upset, and I have no problem telling that and not bullshitting like, oh, I'm not really upset. I don't want to be a hater. Like people are bullshitting. No, I'm going to call out the people I think are douchebags, and those analysts I think are douchebags, and they can say what they want about me as well, but I don't think that they're really good analysts. And I think that they're hating on Brock, and that's why I am saying douchebag, because I think you're just being a douchebag. Because there's no reason for the hate on this kid.
Right.
There really isn't. And once again, he's a Niner fan. Of course he's saying it. I already know what everyone's going to say that dislikes him. They're going to say this, what I'm just telling you. They're going to say the same stuff. But he's 2 years in. He's 24 years old.
What's the better option?
I know, right? No, they don't like him because he's not.
Put Sam Darnold in because I guess maybe he's taller or something. Maybe.
Yeah, that would be more like it. He drafted higher, by the way.
Yeah.
I can go over.
Sam Darnold was the number 1 pick, I believe, or whatever.
We can go through all the quarterbacks on how that they drafted these people high because they had the physical features, and I think everyone doesn't know how to analyze and say, well, how good can somebody process things? And how do they handle situations?
I don't know what they want when they hate on
Can
someone.
they analyze?
I don't know what they want that team to do. Get rid, start trading. Like, what do they want to do? Sell the farm and try to get Aaron Rodgers over to San Fran or something? Like, all right, what do people expect to do?
What do they want him to do? They want him to fail.
I guess he has to put up 500.
See, that's what I thought he was. See, he was the last pick. He's not that. So, yeah, I want him to fail because if he doesn't fail, I look wrong. And for my belief in the way I see the world, I see it wrong.
If Purdy put up 152 yards but rushed for 100 yards, would they want him?
Are you referring to And we're not. Let's say we like Lamar, but let's
No,
be real.
yeah, we rave about Lamar.
Yeah, we
so,
rave about Lamar. But hold on, this is what you're saying is accurate. So if Brock Purdy only throws for 152 yards but runs for 100, that's a completely different style of football as a quarterback position, right?
Right.
You can go over here to the stats and you can see that. Where is Lamar?
It's like 15 or so. Yeah.
Way down here, right? Because he doesn't have a lot of passing yards. This is ranked for passing yards. Doesn't say that he's not good when he attempts it. He has a little bit more, passing than Purdy, right? A couple more throws, but obviously Purdy has 600 more. It's a completely different style, but is that what you want? Is that why? Is that because he doesn't have a running ability? Is it because he doesn't have? You want him to be like a runner? I don't want him to be a runner.
And the only thing they'll point out is, well, he had 4 touchdowns.
It doesn't matter. I can hand those off to. We give those to CMC. So like, do you want me to give him to Purdy? Do you want me to do tush pushes? Is that what you want my guy to do? Do you want him to Josh Allen run it in? What do you want? What do you want him to have the stats, the numbers? This is stupid. I want gameplay. I analyze gameplay because at the end of the day, gameplay leads to Super Bowls, if it's not being rigged. But I'm gonna always say that. But because you guys know, people know that watch me know that I have that thought in my head that sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I don't care about like. Oh, well, he's tall, he's fast. Look wow, he's so cool, right? Wow, look at the way he ran there.
Lamar is fun to watch.
He is fun to watch.
That's why I'm mad I haven't got to see a Ravens game because I've been working, so I can't wait until Sunday. But Lamar is one of my favorite players to watch because he is lightning out there. He does some wild things out there. But
the Eli Mannings, who got 2 rings, who people probably like, that guy sucks, who is Brady's like kryptonite.
Yeah,
you want Brady to lose in the Super Bowl? Get Eli Manning on the other side there with the Giants or something. For real, that's what's happened. You want Joe Flacco or somebody that you're like, these guys aren't. But they have something that others they're processing the game differently. Is the way I look at it. I mean, Mahomes is obviously great, so I think he processes things well. I think he's not as. I think he's slipping a little bit here.
Yeah, slipping because he has one person to throw to.
Yeah,
Travis Kelce. Thank God that guy's always open.
That's a whole other thing. This is going to be a little bit longer stream, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We can jump to the next things. I mean, I just think about
chapters on there so they all can.
You can skip around.
Skip if you want to what you know.
I think about the whole like even like Trent Dilfer and stuff. Like these guys were they got. I mean, Brad Johnson,
straight defense to Brad Johnson,
and a little bit rigged on that one. Remember that was the whole Raiders one. Rich Gannon was over there on the other side. I mean,
yeah, but. Hey, I guess it's enough about Brock or whatever. I think you definitely.
I'm good now. I wanted to get that off my chest
and stuff, and you know.
Yeah, I can get rid of my paper here. I don't need this paper anymore. I just wanted to remember who was saying stuff about homeboy Brock.
I mean, I want to say everyone in the playoffs right now, though, all the quarterbacks have been really solid all year long. They all, of course, had ups and downs, but. We can go over to the next game.
You want to go to this Ravens game? Since we're talking about Lamar stuff. Let's go Ravens. Let's throw up some. We can throw up some highlights here, and there will be probably some stuff. So let's just kind of watch a little bit about this game. I'll leave a little bit of audio on, right? A little bit of audio. It didn't turn into a pick or something, but you can see this. We're in the first quarter, 3-0 right now, so it's still kind of wide open. Didn't drop that one because the one before, same thing. He dropped it. Fairbairn. Tied it up 3-3 first quarter. So we're still wide open. Still wide open here.
That's what happens. The Ravens are they just shock me all the time because this is how all their games start. Obviously, by the end of the game, we see the offense obviously picks up even more.
Over the middle, that's Nico Collins.
Money. Great throw. What did that ended? These are highlights we're just watching. That didn't make it.
There's the sack.
There goes one. So then, there's about to be another one, I think.
So they stop. I don't think the back shoulder. You don't.
Jackson keeps Stanley in front of him. Touchdown.
I mean,
Lamar.
These are tough things to cover. Chiefs are going to have their hand full.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we have there's some other clips here that I think you might have even mentioned here. Let me see what we got on here. Yeah, and then I think We already saw this. That
That's
was
just
kick
the return. That's pretty much it. I mean, it was just pretty much a beatdown after the second half. Once the second half came.
False starts happening right here. This was very common in the game. I think this hurt them a lot. Is these false starts? I was like, again.
77 delay of game penalties.
And then how much time Lamar has on this next play that's about to happen.
Crazy man without his shirt off.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, this is wild. This is every quarterback's dream. Can you imagine? I wish my quarterback could have that, man. Seeing Fields with all that time, I guarantee you DJ Moore is going to get open.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I mean, look at the amount of time he has.
Oh, man. Give them linemen some credit, man. They're, and Texans' D-line they're not too bad, so. I mean, the throw was a little, but.
So, that's that right there for that game. I mean, we can come over here and look at just the, CJ threw for 175. He's doing usually better than that. There's no touchdowns. Look at the run game.
That's probably where it hurt, but when you're playing from behind, that's what, the run game takes a hit. But, I mean, they weren't playing from behind until, like, the end of the third.
He's a rookie. I'm not going to dog him out, but I guarantee you if that was Brock Purdy, they would dog him out.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm not going to dog him out, But if it's Brock Purdy, I'm pretty sure that they would dog him out. And they'd be like, oh, he's terrible. He's this. I'm telling you, that's why. But no, curious to see how he plays next year. Obviously, Lamar had his stats there, as we can see.
Yeah, we already kind of talked on his stats.
We'll move over to this Detroit game, which is going to be interesting because obviously Detroit Niners are going to be playing. We can obviously just look at stats real quick right now. We got Baker threw for over 300 yards in this game, even though they lost. Very balanced, I would say. 74, 33 on the ground, 287. Very balanced Lions team.
That's what you want on. You want your offense. They did pretty well. The Lions' offensive scheme. I'm sure they would want a little more rushing or whatever, because rushing obviously kind of just slows the game down not slows it down, but as far as the time-wise will tick off, not giving the other team a chance to.
You made a comment about this. This is that Baker.
Oh, yeah. So you said maybe I was Lions a little upset with them because, they're the team you can kind of get behind. Even as a Bears fan, hey, I'm supposed to, hate them or whatever, which, But that right there.
Flick the ball to Baker after he picked him off him. It's kind of that's.
I feel that the Lions are not being they need to be humble.
Let me see.
You guys are winning.
There.
That's great. Be humble.
Yeah. You need to do that, man.
It's I think everyone already knew Lions were going to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa actually made it a game, which was great. Because I was already writing the Bucs off, right from the gate. And I was just like, they don't have the it factor right now, even though, they beat the Eagles. But the Eagles were,
right.
They were on a downward spiral, 1-6 in the last 7 games or whatever.
Super weird game by them.
But, I mean, I think everyone was expecting a blowout, which it started to be towards the end, but Baker was putting together some drives.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even on Baker. I mean, that was off the hands of Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is a beast. I mean, he's just been playing great football, Mike Evans. So
they only got 3 off of that right there. So this game started off very similar to, 3-3. It was kind of like a Ravens-Texans game. Started off that way.
I think it might be the second interception that, because I'll tell you this, Lions score, and then Baker actually puts a touchdown drive with a minute 35 at the end of the second. He puts together a great drive. Shit, man, I might be wrong.
No, there was a fourth down that they had to hit.
Never mind.
Let me slide out of this. There's the 2. I know what you're talking about, I think.
No, it was right there. 35 seconds. They score a touchdown. And
Here's 4th and 14. This is a drive.
yeah, this is at the end of the game.
Oh, okay. I thought you were referring to that one.
No, so you didn't see where they started, but there was 5 minutes left. But there's 35, and he's on the 50, and they score a touchdown.
That's how they got to the 17 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, but look, I mean, I wrote them off. When I saw this score, I was already writing them off.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't understand, after they score a touchdown on this, and they go for 2.
I didn't understand it either. Good point. Yeah, I remember. Now that you're saying that, I remember that. It was this touchdown right here. After this, they go for 2. It's like, don't make it harder mentally. We still got to go again.
Now we're down by 8, you know?
Yeah, like now we definitely got to go to it. So, yeah, they make this, and then that obviously makes it 23. Just kick the extra point, make it 24.
Yeah, now
I'd be down by
his
7.
last drive is what he throws the pick on, and I don't know what. It was just a bad throw. I don't know, but
Mike Evans showing up, dude. But you can only do so much, right?
yeah, I mean the Lions had everything for them. They're hungry, and it's great. But they still, to me, needed to be humbled. I was a little disappointed.
And it's funny, this right guy, right here, this like, whoa, what the hell? Huh? Big boy making a move.
The big boy rumble. The big boy rumble. They're putting the moves on. He put the brakes and let the defender run right by him. I mean, the real Bucks made this a game, but there was something about the Ravens game and the Bucks Lions game that just didn't have the intensity as the Green Bay and which we're going to show next.
There you go. You got the box score. I mean, to the third quarter, it was all equal.
Yeah.
3-3, 7-7, 7-7. The fourth quarter was the deciding factor.
Yeah, and to be honest, it was. I think they scored the 14 in the fourth to make it look worse. But there was just something about that game that didn't have the energy of the Green Bay and KC Bill game. I mean, the KC Bill game was a fun game to watch, along with the Packer game. Right,
you get a lot of highlights here from it.
I mean, this was a back and forth. At first, I was like, these are supposed to be two good defenses, and they were letting both teams kind of just start scoring at will.
That was a little hint. Hey. Hit the inside of the upright right there.
Yeah, he was.
Second and 9. As Mahomes gets twisted around and escapes. Completes it.
Rasheed Rice playing some good ball.
He's been playing
stepping it up
the last, 8 weeks or whatever. Rice has definitely finally stepped it up to, I guess you would say, take the wide receiver 1.
Yeah, to have somebody that's a wide receiver 1. A lot of there was snow in there, but you can't see it as much because the fans are there. But it's always funny watching the snowballs come in.
No, at the end of the game, Mahomes is like trying to dodge. That was a great throw right there.
Yeah.
That's the kind of throws to Kelsey we would like to see. Where he's not throwing to a wide open Kelsey.
Wait, whoa! I didn't know Hardman lost it twice. Did you know that?
No, I'm surprised.
The other way was at the goal line where it went into a touchback.
Yeah, which really the game would have been over then.
Yeah.
That gave life to the Bills, but
oh, hilarious.
Now I know the score don't show it, but it seemed like the offenses both were moving at will. Yeah.
Why wide open? I talk about this, man. I don't get it. Wide open. There's the Taylor.
I don't understand. Look, there's a bunch of husbands and boyfriends that are playing in the game that don't have to do little gay stuff to their.
That's Mr. Pfizer.
That's what happened. He got the Pfizer shot all up and making him fucking
do a deal with the Illuminati, man. George Soros, bro.
It's just, I don't know why. I mean, they have to make this. the Taylor Swift shit. Like, they just love it in the NFL. I think they love it now because it annoys NFL fans now. I think they now just do it to annoy us.
Yeah.
Like, because we're gonna.
Where's Al Michael? Can we get him on the show?
No, they already gave him a boot. Oh yeah, I would love to get him on the show.
Al, we got to get you your own. I'm surprised they don't have.
I'm surprised. Yeah, he needs to do a podcast. I listen to him.
Heck yeah, man. I always liked him. Dude, you caught this right here.
Oh, this was.
Check out this. Ryan saw this. I didn't catch it.
I just found this funny.
Fan flicks off Kelsey in his face.
Like, it's like right up in him.
Right here, the orange beanie. Watch him. I'm going to replay it for you guys.
I just found it funny. It's like right up in his
right there.
face. You know, football fans, man, they're passionate.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
You know, that game was
throwing snowballs at people too, as you see here. This was funny.
Oh,
yeah. I think he hits them. Does he hit him with the snowball? They did his last game against Steelers.
I don't know if he hits them, but it comes damn near close.
We'll slow it down so we can get it.
I'm sure Mahomes got pelted with at least one or two that didn't realize.
Yeah.
It.
It's just snow. Obviously, it's no big deal, but it's like you're still throwing shit at people, right? Let's see. When they show it in slow motion.
You realize this game had, I think, 50 million viewers for this game.
Really?
Yes. It's the.
Let me see.
It's the most watched game.
Oh, there it came in.
Other than a Super Bowl.
Here it's about to come in. Let's see.
Oh,
it hit him. Hit the Buffalo guy. Hit him in the fucking nuts, dude.
Ooh, my nuts.
Hold on. There it is. See it? Boom. It hit him in the leg, like thigh. As I see it all breaking apart on them. Just little funny things, man. We catch, during the game and stuff. So pulling up the old, let's go to it.
We gotta go pull up now the bracket.
The bracket. Yeah.
I think everyone knows how the scores came along now. 49ers, Lions won. Ravens.
There you go.
KC.
Final four, man. We're about to find out. I mean, we're going to find out if that super. I mean, you had that other clip. We need to share that clip. Remember that guy that was in Memphis, Tennessee, where somebody sent it to him? We're going to slide this in for you guys as a little bonus here.
Man, the NFL just got caught slipping. The NFL is slipping, all right? My buddy just sent this to me. He lives in the Memphis area. This is a local news station, okay? Reba McEntire, Usher, Post Malone are slated to perform at the Super Bowl. But look what it says. At San Francisco 49ers and Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl matchup on February 11th. Do we look dumb to you? I mean, honestly. By the way, shout out to my boy Dantry. He just released a song called 90s Bills as well. It's on Spotify. It's pretty sick. But NFL. We started off by seeing the purple and the red, right? And that theory has just been circulating around social media from the beginning of the season. And then you throw that in our face. You have local news stations already saying the 49ers and Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl going into it. Man, I'll tell you what, if this Super Bowl does happen, we got to start questioning some things right now, ladies and gents. We got to start questioning some things, sincerely.
He was watching, or his friend was watching the news, and it said Ravens-Niners Super Bowl, and it had like details about it. At this time,
Vegas or whatever.
Yeah, who was playing? No, it was who was playing. Reba Mac had all the stars that were playing a halftime show.
Yeah,
and it was saying for the Ravens and Niners Super Bowl. So once again, there goes that little conspiracy
and this was a
theory
week
stuff.
ago, mind you. So
it's a week
not,
ago.
Not like it just
We'll grab
happened.
the clip. It's from TikTok.
Yeah, so
TikTok has some stuff on it.
These people.
Sneaky. But yeah, so here we go, man. Final four. It's coming up this weekend. I'm super excited. I love my Niners. I'm looking for them to take the whole thing, and for the team that you see that is real dominant sometimes, where we're going down there like, dude, you guys are just doing what you want when you want. I'm looking for that team to show up 2 more games, and that would be the only way that we win. Is because that team shows up, not the rainy, sloppy game you just saw against Green Bay. Do you think, and I'll ask you this question, do you think that Niners having that game was a good thing or a bad thing?
It's always a good thing to me. It's as odd as that sounds because it makes them want to improve from it.
The Niners. I'm saying, let's say the contenders, the people that are going, like Lions, look at them. Do you like, oh, that's how they play?
Oh, you're saying that it's sloppy. Like,
I know how Niners play when they are on point. Which happens a lot. I know that if you bring that Niner team out there, it's not the team that you just saw. I'll tell you that right now. It's completely different. Very strategic, very pinpoint precision, very effective, and it's supposed to be sunny. Hopefully the weatherman's right.
I'm let's hope the true 49ers show up, but I'll tell you, I didn't like that the Niners, and it could have been because of the rain. They gave up a lot of yards. That's the first time in 51 games, I believe, you guys gave up a 100-yard rusher. Yeah,
I know, but is that that's common for a running back to run 100 yards?
I know. Well, obviously not with 51 games.
I'm saying it sounds like a good stat to say, oh wow, Niners have done this 50. So it's like, all right, well, sorry, and not saying to you, but I'm just like, sorry, we're not perfect, and we didn't do it a 51st time.
Yeah, no. I'm just. I don't want that to be the start. Like, we got one to break through, and now it starts to become hot.
Aaron Jones is tough to fucking stop.
Gibbs, he's special. I think his speed is something you got to watch out.
I think Aaron Jones is very special too. I think he's got probably great vision, really good vision. I mean, Aaron Jones. Remember there was a massive breakouts.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
That's why those yards show that. So I'm not saying that Gibbs ain't going to do that, but I mean, I'll say this. I'll say that Jared Goff likes to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I've made that comment. I like Goff.
Definitely play a flawless game. If he throws, I don't even.
He likes to fumble the ball and he likes to throw picks.
I don't think he can survive a pick.
I think my team wins.
He has to play. I
think we win.
I think
it's a different Niner team that you're about to see. You're going to see the raw Niners.
If I was them, I would just play the Eagles game all this week. That's all I play. NFC Championship game last year. Really, just.
I mean, Green Bay beat Detroit.
Yeah, the second to last game of the year. Or something like that.
So was Green Bay a better team than Detroit?
I do. I think right now, it's the defense. Green Bay's defense just all of a sudden just started really picking it up, and then the offense wasn't making many mistakes.
Dallas had that last kind of hiccup, but they beat Detroit, so they were very equal in the way they were battling it out.
I think Dallas was way better than. I think there was a lot of mistakes on Dallas during the Detroit game, and it could have been a lot worse than it was.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think you guys should win by at least 10.
I would think so. I think we're favored by right now 6 or 4.5, 4.5 or 6, or something like that. I think maybe 6.5.
Lions are coming hungry because obviously they've never been to the Super Bowl. I don't know when's the last time they were in an NFC Championship game. If that 91 or 92 that they were talking about was the last time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But I think you guys take it, and I think the logo is gonna be true.
Yeah,
I think Ravens
take down KC. I think so. KC, I don't think they're not the same team that we've seen in the past, couple years. They've slowly slipped, in my opinion.
I know. I just think they're a wide receiver away from going back to dominance.
Oh yeah.
They go and they pick up. If Mike Evans doesn't sign with the Bucs, they pick up a Mike Evans. They'll be like the Patriots when they picked up Randy Moss.
I mean, last year, Juju Smith is your.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They won last year.
They did. They liked having Juju. They'll happily take him back.
But I'm saying he didn't. He wasn't you never even. People don't even remember that.
Yeah,
because I don't think he was that effective. I think Rashee Rice is just as good, if not.
He was doing
better.
a lot of. He wasn't putting up a lot of yards, but he had a lot of catches.
I think analyzing them, I think there's something wrong with KC. I think they're slipping away. This is my take. I think it's a different Patrick Mahomes.
I know. I think
there's distractions.
Oh,
that might be the reason for it.
Well, come on. They're the new Baker Mayfield.
Do you think that KC is playing just as good as they've ever played?
No.
They're playing their worst for Patrick Mahomes era.
But their defense is playing one of the best that I've seen their defense play.
Okay. in the Patrick Mahomes era.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying that I think that their offense is getting worse. Has gotten worse. Has slowly slipped down.
Yeah.
Slippery slope.
No wide receiver. It makes it tough.
I just don't think Juju was anything special.
Yeah, statistically wise, I guess he was. I don't know. I truly don't know, but I know they are a wide receiver away from looking like the Patriots when they went undefeated and lost to the Giants.
Here's what we know about all these teams above, and I'm gonna tip my hat to the Niners. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to, and it's because I'm being real about numbers. Is that Baker Mayfield just threw over 349 yards against Detroit, right? KC, whatchamacallit, didn't do that, but you can throw on KC. I've seen people throw on KC. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I haven't analyzed KC fully's defense.
Their defense is solid.
So are they allowing 250, 300-yard passers against them? I didn't go and look at their stats.
Maybe once or twice, but not something happening frequently, no.
Ravens allowed Niners to throw over 300 yards on them. Okay, so when I look at Ravens, I understand they look the part. They're completely beatable, just like everybody on this board is. And I'm still going to go down to any given Sunday. I think my Niners are going to take it, though. I think they take it. I think they'll beat Ravens. Well, I don't think it's going to be a Brock Purdy four interception game against Ravens. But that's why we lost, really. Remember, we slung the ball way more. If you look at numbers and stats, I mean, let me go and pull that up and just kind of see what took place.
But I will tell you this. So you put up 300 yards and not to be
you can take it away.
The bad guy, I think a lot of it came in the end. Like I believe Brock had a good.
Remember, Sam Darnold came in and was throwing on him. By the way, Sam Darnold came in, I think, threw a touchdown, threw 100 yards or something.
Right, that's what I was going to say. A lot of the touchdowns came, the yards.
What week
came
was that? Like week 16 or 15? It was one of those weeks. I'm going to find it real quickly here.
Nope. Did you?
You saw Niners or Ravens up there?
I thought it was the first game on there.
It was a night game, so no,
there
it was
it is.
So 33-19. Let me shut down this. They always play these videos. I don't want them played. So what do we have here? 16-12 at half. Okay, 16-12 at half. That third quarter was the problem.
That was the dagger. Yeah.
Yeah, that third quarter. So Lamar ended up slinging 252. That's what Brock threw, by the way, in a game that everyone says that he did terrible. 45 yards on the ground, so nothing super crazy, but still, it's balanced. I'm not going to knock that, but my guy gets ridiculed for that. Maybe because his percentage up. Brock 2 for 255, and then Darnold came in through for 81. So, and then we had 103.
Wasn't that? I don't know where'd the yards come from. McCaffrey had a good game.
The problem is this right there. That's the deciding of that. The reason why you see 33-19 is that. That's it.
Go to the scoring drives.
Yeah. What do you want to see? Fourth quarter?
Yeah, I just want to see what's happened to the fourth quarter because I want to.
Fourth quarter, turnover on downs, punt, touchdown, punt, interception.
Yeah,
Those Niners got us 7 points during this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, I thought a lot of their yardage came towards the end of the game, kind of like prevent style. Ravens started playing that prevent. Give everything under the middle,
Dude, there's two, by the way. That might have been at the end of the game or whatever, but there's five. There goes five total right there.
Remember, I said that during the game. I said for 5 turnovers and only winning by what they won by, that was impressive in itself.
Yeah, because I'm looking. Let me look at the team stats. Total yards. Niners. More total yards. Passing yards, Niners. Rushing yards, Niners. Average yards per play, Niners. Points scored, Baltimore.
That's the main one.
Right here. Interceptions thrown, 5-0.
Sacks allowed, 4.
We allowed some sacks. Third down efficiency, we were more efficient. Time of possession, obviously had more penalties, Niners. I wouldn't, and I know this, obviously you're like, oh, you're a Niners fan. Of course you're going to say that. I'm just telling you, if you just look at that game and you say you think that the Ravens are just going to walk through the Niners and like, oh, they're the best ones. I don't personally think that is fully decided yet. I still think it's wide open, and I think that the Niners and the Ravens it's either way. It's either way.
Well, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's a Super Bowl. It's not like the two shittiest teams are going, and we know to get to the Super Bowl, it's a tough road. So
it is.
So, I mean, I have it as the Ravens 49ers, and I can't tell you who.
You can say Ravens. It's all right, man. I'm okay with it.
It all depends if that Ravens defense. It's really their defense. I'm not really impressed by the offense that much. I just think it's really hard to know, should I spy on Lamar or should we play our regular defense? And I think that's really why. That's why. If you ever look at the Ravens, they're not blowing you out in the first half. They're blowing you out in the second half because there's just something that they do. They just wear at you, and then next thing you know, you look at the score and like, what happened?
Yeah.
Look at the third quarter of your game, 17 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, the third quarter was the problem.
You know?
It's the picks. I mean, it boils down to picks. You turn over the ball. How do you think you're going to win?
Yeah.
You know, it's really that. Take away that, and then you're going to see a different team.
Yeah,
You'll see a
that
different team. I don't think
defense
Brock's going to do that again. I think Brock, I'll give him one. He could throw an interception in Detroit, and he could throw an interception in Ravens, and he would still win. I'm okay with the one. But the thing is, he hasn't been doing it. He had a couple little batches. You know, everyone has that. Even Jordan Love had that. He threw 3 picks in one game against the Raiders and lost against the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like, everyone they pick and choose what they want to point out, and they forget, like, when they're defending somebody or they avoid those on the person they like. But when it's somebody they hate, they bring them up. But then when somebody's like, well, your guy did it too. Well, you know, that's different. It's different. And I'm like, get out of here with this bullshit. This is bullshit. You know, well, we missed a field goal. So did we. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
I just wish we could fast forward to Sunday because I'm ready to see who's going. I'm preparing for the Super Bowl already. I got all my stuff coming in for the Super Bowl party. I'm pumped up, even though my team is going to be watching with me.
Let's get it, man. We're well overdue on this one. This is over an hour podcast, so but it's straight raw.
Yeah, they'll enjoy if they listen, man. So,
all right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys on another one, man. Thank you guys.
Yep.
See you.
Thank you.
Burn on, big river, burn on.